Hello students, this is Arooj Muzaffar from the Department of English, University of Southern Punjab. We were discussing that how reading can be improved, or are there any strategies with which we can make our reading more effective. In this regard, we have discussed what is intensive reading and what is extensive reading. Today we are once again going to explore what is intensive reading, and in this regard we are going to jump into a scenario which is different from our previous lecture. Today we are also going to discuss intensive reading but with a different approach. We are going to make you imagine that how two students who sit in the same classroom, attend the same lectures, but both have a different approach. Both study with same teacher, they read with the same books, but there is difference into their communication. One student speaks more confidently, writes better essays, and understands English much more easily than the other. Why does this happen? The difference is often not intelligence, talent, or expensive coaching. The difference is reading. Basically, what is important over here is that, more specifically, extensive reading is the main idea that today we are going to tell and discuss it and consider it as one of the most powerful tools for language learning and how it can help you become a better reader, writer, and communicator. Let me tell you a short story. A student named Ali struggled with English. He spent hours memorizing vocabulary, lists, and grammar rules. Despite all that effort, he still found it difficult to understand books and expresses himself clearly. One day, his teacher gave him unexpected advice. Instead of studying more grammar, the teacher suggested that he start reading easy. He should go for easy English storybooks for 20 minutes every day. Ali was surprised. He thought learning required hard textbooks and difficult exercises. Nevertheless, he decided to try. He started with simple stories. At first, he understood most of the content, but not every word. Instead of stopping repeatedly, he continued reading and focused on the main idea. After a few weeks, something interesting happened. Words that seemed unfamiliar before started appearing naturally in his mind. Reading became easier, his confidence increased, and months later he noticed improvements not only in reading but also in writing as well. There was improvement in his speaking and listening as well. This is exactly how extensive reading works. Extensive reading means reading large amounts of material for enjoyment and general understanding. You are not reading to analyze every sentence, you are reading because you are interested in the content. You can read novels, short stories, magazines, newspapers, blogs, comics, biographies, or any other material that matches your interest and language level. One reason extensive reading is so effective is that it provides natural exposure to language. Think about learning a sport. You cannot become a skilled football player simply by reading rules. You must spend time on the field practicing. Language works in the same way. The more you are exposed to language, the better you become at understanding, and using it makes you familiar to it. Every page you read contains vocabulary, syntax, grammar structures, expressions, and ideas, and your brain gradually absorbs these patterns and stores them for future use. Unlike the phenomena of memorization, this learning process feels natural. Another advantage is that extensive reading reduces stress. Many learners become anxious when faced with difficult texts. They worry about every unknown word and every grammar mistake. Extensive reading encourages a different mindset. Instead of aiming for perfection, you focus on understanding the overall message over there. This creates a more relaxed and enjoyable learning approach towards the learning experience. However, many learners make common mistakes. Some choose books that are far beyond their level. Others use a dictionary after every sentence. Some read only when exams are approaching. These habits can make reading feel like a burden rather than a pleasure, and unfortunately, it is a fact that most of our students feel reading a burden and which has nothing to do with pleasure. The best approach is to choose natural material that is easy enough to understand and interesting enough to keep you motivated. Read regularly, even if only for 15 minutes a day. Read topics that genuinely excite you. Allow yourself to enjoy the process. Over time, you will notice improvements in vocabulary, grammar, reading speed, writing ability, and confidence. This journey may seem slow at first, but every page contributes to your growth. The students who become excellent communicators are often the students who read consistently. And consistency is something which is very improvement in extensive reading, because extensive reading is the reading that is not going to make you excellent in a way, in a single way. Start with a simple step. Pick up a book, start reading it. Do not consult dictionary, do not go for the passages that make you feel uncomfortable or that motivate you towards some helping books, or do not focus on the grammatical structures. Leave the unfamiliar words, just go for with the flow and find out the right meaning in the context. You do not need to find out the meaning out of the book, just get and grab the meaning that is offered over there in a very simple way. Even if you are reading fiction, which is considered the best mode of reading or developing your interest into extensive reading, or rather reading as a whole, you should go for something. Obviously, fiction is something that is unrealistic and relates to your imagination and gives you emotional and imaginative pleasure. So, in that context, you might find a lot of words that sound so unfamiliar to you, but you do not need to worry about it. You do not need to go into the detail of the idea that you do not know this word. You have to consult the dictionary for the other word. You have to find out what is the syntax of this sentence. You do not need to worry about the grammar rules that have been applied over there. You do not need to worry even about the violation of some grammar rule if there lies any. So, what you need to do over there? You basically need to focus on to the single point, and it is that you must read it for the sake of reading. And when you are reading it for the sake of reading, you are gradually, unconsciously going to improve the structure of your brain and your programming of brain, in which you are going to read it to make you get aesthetic pleasure, and that aesthetic pleasure will gradually leads you towards less stressful life. And in this way, academics will not be a burden on you, it will be rather a enjoyable scenario for you. You might notice improvements within a month, 20 days, sometimes for 2 months, but consistency is something which is required over here with a great ratio. You cannot expect, like in intensive reading, that I learned 10 words today. You cannot categorize that while doing extensive reading I learned 10 words today, but you can learn the sentence patterns that have been there. You might learn what lies within the lines for meaning. You might learn some symbolic technique. You might learn how to express your imaginations or emotions. And these are some things that are unfortunately not taught towards intensive reading. If we draw a comparison between intensive and extensive reading, both are very much important for making your academic career. Intensive reading is going to make your basics very much clear, but extensive reading is going to make you expert in the field. So you have to develop an approach that is balanced. You must go for intensive as well as extensive. You cannot leave one and you cannot prioritize the other, that in this way I got supremacy in my language. Obviously, you have to learn the grammar rules as well, but you have to unlearn the phenomena of over focusing on the grammar, and in the same way the same phenomena applies to vocabulary as well, that you have to learn vocabulary, but you cannot make yourself stressed for learning vocabulary, because vocabulary can be acquired as we acquire our first language. So this approach is the one which is going to give you a different mindset, and instead of going for perfection, you must focus on understanding the overall meaning and scenario that extensive reading creates for you. It gives you a much more relaxing and enjoyable experience towards learning, and this is the basic method that is provided over here in the lecture of extensive reading. I hope with this lecture you have understood the difference between intensive and extensive reading, and you have got the basic idea that how extensive reading is so important for you. I hope it is understandable for you, and you have got the basic idea of extensive reading. Thank you so much.